Hindi, we have vowels, which are swara, and then we have vyanjan, they're consonants. So there are 16 vowels. A, A, I, E, U, U, Ru, Ru, Lu, Lu, E, I, O, Au, Aha. So these are all vowels. And the last two, aha, these are special. Is called Anuswaram, aha is called Visarga. The sound h is called Visarga. There are different ways of pronouncing this Visarga. In South India, we say aha. We add the a sound to it, or like a ha sound. But in most of North India or in Sanskrit, they say that the correct way of pronouncing Visarga is h. The half h. I learned it with the h sound. Both are correct. I won't say that this is right or this is wrong, but there are different ways of pronouncing that on the Visarga. Okay. And then we have Vyanjan, which are Kavarga, Chavarga, Tavarga, Tavarga, and Pavarga. And lastly, the special characters Ksha, Tra, Nya, and Shra. Ra and Ksha are the special letters there. Okay. I won't go through like where this, if you look at this picture, the next second section where the letters are originated when you are pronouncing them. I'm not going to go through these in detail because you can look at the picture and you can see where they are supposed to originate from and why the names, why they are called guttural, palatal, or all these come from. So you can go through this section by yourself. The number three is section three is what is most important. It's the principles of Vedic chanting. So, based on Taittiriya Upanishad, there are 6 rules. Usually, 5 are applied to the shloka chanting, and the 6th is applying to the Vedic chanting like Rudram or Suktas. If you're learning Suktas, you apply that one too. So let's look at all the 5. As we discussed, they're all like pronounced based on where the origination is. So we just, the pronunciation itself is like, we know that it is coming from your teeth or your base of your throat or whatever. So that is one of the principle. The second one is the meter. It's called chandas. And there is a hrasvam. So if it is so there is a half letter. First one is ardha, half letter. So it is like if it is ending with k, k, g, g, there halanta. If there is a halanta, it's pronounced half. That is the first rule in the matras or in the meter. Second one is hrasvam. If it is a short letter, you just take a. There are different what do you call it? The 1/6 of the seconds it takes and all that. But usually we don't count all that. But it's like hrasvam is like a short vowel or short consonant, and dirgham is when you have a longer akshara. So hrasvam is ka, k, g, gh, nya. So there is a difference between half letter k, k, g, gh versus hrasvam ka, k. So you're adding a at the end of it. So ka, k, g, gh. Or you are adding e at the end of it. Ki, ki, gi, ghi. Something like that. And dirgham is when you're adding a or e or u to the the consonant. So it will be ka, kha, ga, gha with a dirgham, or ki, khi, gi, ghi. So that is dirgham. And then you have plutam, which is like special ones, I, ow. Those two are called plutams. Almost like a dirgham, right? That one. So when you are chanting, make sure when you're looking at the script, make sure that we are, if there is a hrasvam, try to pronounce hrasvam. If there is a dirgham, you need to pronounce with a dirgham. We always miss that dirghams sometimes in the middle of, especially Anushtup Chanda, when we are doing it in the middle of the um, sloka, we try to skip the dirgham or we try to put extra dirgham. So we need to make sure, because that changes the chandas, the meter of the sloka. So we need to make sure that we are pronouncing. If you see a hrasvam, pronounce it hrasvam. Dirgham, pronounce it dirgham. Okay. The next one is Balam, which is the Mahaprana. We always talk about Mahaprana. We try to identify those and put the stress on those. So Kha, Cha, Tha, all these are Mahaprana. So we add like a airy H sound to the um, the Alpapranas. So the Alpaprana is Ka, Cha, Ta, Ta, Pa. Those are Alpapranas. But if you add a H sound to it, they become Mahapranas. So you have to make sure that you are also identifying those and pronouncing them correctly. And the next one is Samam, punctuation. These are all like, when you're pronouncing, when you're learning, all the letters, they have to go in the same smooth flow, is what we have to make sure. One, if the first word of the shloka is like, you're pronouncing fast, and then the second word of the shloka, if you're going slow, it breaks the smooth flow. So make sure we are doing all this correctly. Okay. And 3.6 swaram. Swaram, I'm not going to talk about Swaram in this class, because this is applicable to Vedic chanting. When we are ready to learn Suktams, we can go through these Swarams, and we have to practice this. We have to identify what are these Swaras and how you pronounce them. So we will do it later. But in this, for Durga Saptashati, it doesn't have any Swaras in the text, so we don't want to look at this now, but later when we are doing suktams, because this one is going to take much longer time to understand and to chant this way. Okay, so I'm going to skip 3.6. Next one, we are going to 4. So rule number 1, so there are rules here. Rule number 1 is each syllable has to be chanted. So we call this as syllable chanting. Make sure that every syllable is pronounced and chanted correctly. So every shloka has a meter, as we discussed before. So make sure we are not skipping any of the syllables. Otherwise, the meter changes because of that. The common meters are Gayatri, Anushtup, Pushni, etc. And there is some explanation here. Most of the stotras like Lalita Sahasranamam, Vishnu Sahasranamam, and even the Durga Saptashati, they have like a Anushtup Chanda. So Anushtup is like 32 syllables, and there is an example here for like from Lalita Sahasranamam, which is Shri Mata, Shri Maharagni, Srimat Simhasaneshwari, Chidagnikunda Sambhuta Devakarya Samudyata. So it has 32 syllables. And if you change any of the dirghas, and if you don't put the Mahapranas, and you don't put the rules, the syllables will change, because of which the chandas will change. So make sure that you follow all the rules. Okay. And rule number 2, pronounce Alpaprana and Mahaprana as they are. So if you see Alpaprana, pronounce Alpaprana. If you see Mahaprana, pronounce Mahaprana. So the if you, in this example here, Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha Chaturpahu Samanvita. So if you see Sahasrabha has a dirgham, right? Bha, and it is in the middle of this sloka. So most of the people, Udyadbhanu Sahasrabha Chaturpahu Samanvita. So you're skipping the dirgham. Or sometimes if there is no dirgham, they try to put dirgham there. So make sure that you're not skipping or you're pronouncing Alpaprana and Mahaprana as you see the letter there. That is the rule number 2. Sorry, Alpaprana Mahaprana. That is not a Dirgham and Rasvam. This one is about Alpaprana and Mahaprana, which is you see Bha, you say Bha, not B. Krodha, not Krodha. Okay, Pashadhya. It is not Pashadhya. It is Pashadhya in that example. Okay. And rule number 3 is Rasvam and Dirgham, which we just talked about. So make sure that you are pronouncing the Rasvam as Rasvam and Dirgham as Dirgham. So in the second line, Nijaruna Prabhapura Majjat Brahmanda Mandala. So what we try to do is Nijaruna Prabhapura Majjat Brahmanda Mandala. Did you hear the Dirgham there? Prabhapura. But it is Rasvam, Prabhapura Majjat Brahmanda. Champakashoka Punnaga is lot of people try to put it Dirgham there. So it is not Champakashoka Punnaga, it is Champakashoka Punnaga Saugandhika Lasatkacha. And the next line, Manishreni. It is not Manishreni, Kanat Kotira, it is Manishreni. So these are the common mistakes we make when we are chanting these slokas. We put extra dirghas and we skip the dirghams. So that is rule number 3. Rule number 4 is the Visarga rule. So Visarga is the, as we said, if you see a colon or 2 circles, it's pronounced as aha, ah, or aha, depending on how you learned it. So there is a special rule for Visarga. Visarga sound h changes based on the letter that follows the Visarga. So if you see the table here, the first column talks about what is the letter that is following Visarga. If you see a letter S after the Visarga, then the second column tells you what would be the Visarga sound changes to. So we won't say H. If you see a S next to Visarga, the Visarga sound becomes S. So always look at the next letter after Visarga, okay? And then Sh. Sh changes to Sh. And Sha. Sha changes to Sh. P. If the letter is P next to Visarga, then P changes to F. And F also changes to F. If the letter next to Visarga is K, it is Hak. And K is Hak. Same thing, Hak. Okay. The B, the, N. So these are usually when we are in the script itself, they come with a R sound in there. If you don't see, if you do, the Visarga is like, it becomes like a Sandhi word. So the words are mixed together with a R in between. Even with the T also, the S will come in there. So these you don't see it usually because the script already is taken care of these. But if you see it, a visarga next to, and there is a b or the or na, the, they b, the, na will change to r, tha will change to s sound. And ksha is a special one. If you see a visarga and followed by a ksha, visarga is always pronounced as her, which we have seen in some of the shlokas that when we were chanting. So in this example here, Kalanidhihi Kavya Kala Rasagna Rasa Shevadihi. So the Visarga changes the sound only if it is in the middle of the sloka. In this, Kalanidhihi is there. That because it's in the middle of the sloka, it changes. And what is the letter followed by the Visarga? It is Ka. So as per our rule, it will change to Hak sound. So Kalanidhik. Kavyakala Rasatna Rasa Shevadihi. And the sloka ending with the Visarga, we pronounce the Visarga with the her sound, but the Gudi, it takes the whatever it is, the preceding letter. So here it is Dhi, so the Visarga becomes He, Dhihi. And next one is Pushta, Puratana, Pujya, Pushkara, Pushkarekshana. So there are no visargas here. The next one is this one is from Vishnu Sahasranama. Param Jyotihi. If you apply the visarga rule, this becomes Paranjyotif because visarga is followed by pa sound, pa sound, right? As per our rule, it changes to f sound. Paranjyotif, Parandhama, again Paramanuhu changes to Paramanuf, Paratpara. Okay. Any questions here in the Visarga rules? No? Okay. We will move to the next one. Next one is the Anuswaram. So Anuswaram also has the special rules. Anuswaram is nothing but if you see a dot on the letter or sound, then it is called Anuswaram. It also, the Anuswaram sound changes based on the following letter. The letter that follows Anuswara. So the first column shows you what is the letter following Anuswara and how the Anuswara changes is in the second column. So one simple thing that I always try to remember is Kavarga. What is the last letter of Kavarga? It's Nya. So for any of the Kavarga, the sound changes to the sound, which is the that last letter of Kavarga. Okay, and the same thing with the Chavarga. If you look at all of the Chavarga, it changes to sound. Okay. Tavarga, if the letter following Anuswara is from Tavarga, it changes to sound. And if the letter following Anuswara is Tavarga, it is the last letter of Tavarga, which is N, so it becomes N. Pavarga, the last letter is M, so if you have an Anuswara followed by Pavarga, it is the last letter. So you always try to think, okay, this is what is the letter that belongs to which Varga it belongs to, and try to use the last letter of that Varga. It is that simple rule. Okay. The special ones are the L. If it is with Anuswara followed by L, Anuswara changes to L. It is like L. It's a nasal sound. Okay. And if Anuswara is followed by Y, it is Nyai. It's a nasal yang. Yeah. And if you Anuswara followed by V, it is again nasal wa. Okay. The ninth one, we don't usually use it. If it is, it's like an advanced Vedic chanting sound that we put in. In some of the suktas, we see this gum sound, but not in Saptashati. We don't use it here in Devi Mahatmyam. Okay, so the last ninth and tenth, you don't see them here. We don't follow them in this Saptashati chanting. Okay, in the example, we have a shloka from Lalita Sahasranama. Shinjana Mani Manjira Mandita Shri Padambuja. So the first word, Shinjana, Anuswara is Shim, is there, but it is followed by J. So from our rules, it is belonging to Cha Varga. So it has to be Nj. So Shinjana. Mani Manjira. Again, there also Mam with the J followed by J. So it is Chavarga. So Manjira. Mandita. So Dita. So Mam is Anuswara followed by D, which is the Tattadadhana family. So Mandita. Rna sound will come. Shri Padambuja. Padambuja. This is Anuswara followed by B, which is the Pa family. Pa family, what is the last letter? It's M. So this will be Padambuja. Mbuja. Okay. Marali Mandagamana. Mamda. Mam is Anuswara followed by the, which is the family. Tavarga. Last letter of Tavarga is N. So it is Mandagamana. Mahalavanya Shevatihi. Sarvaruna Navadyangi. So here, Dhyam. That's the Anuswara followed by G, which is the Ka family. It will be Ung sound. Navadyangi. Sarvabharana Bhushita. The next letter, next sloka, Shiva Kameshwarankastha. Again, Ram is the Anuswara followed by K. So it is a Ka family. The sound is Ung. So Shiva Kameshwarankastha. That's how it changes. Any questions about Anuswaras?
Can you just go over the last line, please? Shiva Kameshwarangasta.
Shiva Kameshwarankastha. So this Ram is the Anuswara. Whenever you hear the sound, you see a dot on top of the letter or a sunna or circle in other languages, it is usually sound, right? But is the Anuswara. Anuswara changes based on the letter that is followed by the Anuswara. So here it is, what is the letter followed by Anuswara? It is K. And if you go to the table, K is number 1. It changes to sound. So it is not Shiva Kameshwaram Kastha, it is Shiva Kameshwarang Kastha. Okay.
So the Anuswara is a dot in the Roman script, but in the
Yes.
Devanagari script, how do you identify that?
Devanagari script.
There is no dot there.
Oh, yeah, here they already put the rule there. You see that last letter of in this script. If you see, that's the rule is already applied and the letters changed already. You don't have the Anuswara in there.
So the
You see that that's the letter that is from the Ka family. the last letter of the Ka family.
Which word are we? Where are we?
The
Where are you looking at?
Shivakameshwarankastha. You see that
Oh,
one?
you're looking at that. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yes,
so they've combined it already. Okay.
already. So, and like even if you look at Shinjana, you see it is already
Mhm.
changed in this script. But
Okay.
not all the scripts have that. If you see a dot on top of it, then you would change it based on this table that we have.
But there is a dot in the Devanagari script too, right? I've seen cream, clean, and different bijas have a dot on top of
Bijas are
in.
different. So for bijas,
Okay.
we don't apply Anuswara rules. Bija has to be
Okay.
pronounced the way it is.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
But in our Saptashati script, you might see Anuswaras in some of them because of the software that we are using. So you might see those with Anuswaras, but here in this example here, it is not there. Okay, because they already changed it as per the rule.
Okay.
So see, Mandita, it is not ma with a dot on top of it. It is already inner sound is added there because it ta-ta-da-ta-na.
Okay.
Okay.
Ma, I have a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
In English script, there is a horizontal line on some letters. What does that mean?
It's a long letter.
Oh, elaboration.
Horizontal line means it's dirgham.
Oh, okay, ma. Thank you.
Okay. So if you want to understand the English script and if you don't understand the special underlines or dots on top of it, you may want to search for IAST notations, and then you will understand what it means.
Okay, ma. Thank you.
Okay, there is a tilde like in this one here. S has a small quote on top of it, so it is not a sa. It is not sir. It is sh. Sh. The second sh. Okay, and
Yeah.
N has a tilde on it, so it is ng. Shinjana.
Oh, got
So
it.
you may want to look at that IAST notations, then you will understand what exactly how you need to pronounce this.
Okay, ma. Thank you.
Okay, sure. Any other questions on Visarga rules and Anuswara rules? Very simple. It's always like if the Visarga is followed by a letter, and try to remember what Varga it belongs to, and the sound of the Anuswara changes to the last letter of that Varga. So for ka, cha, ta, ta, pa, it's simple. And la, ya, va, it is like with a nasal l, nasal ya, nasal va. Okay. And the
And,
next rule, yeah.
and can you repeat about Visarga when after will be B? Because I don't know only this moment. Only B, B, D, da, na. It's why this change this.
I'm trying to remember an example of that. If Visarga
So,
is followed by B sound, Visarga
yes,
changes to R sound.
so R.
R.
Uh,
And Visarga followed by the, Visarga
mhm,
changes to, you will not pronounce it as H, it is changes to R. A lot of the
mhm.
times, the script already is changed at that time. And next time when we see, and when we are chanting, I'll try to point it out because I'm not trying
Take,
to, I don't remember it now.
take
Yeah.
the example of Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu.
Yeah, Guru Brahma. Guruhu Brahma, right? So that who The Visarga after Guru changes to Gurur because it is followed by B.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Sure, no problem. And the last rule that we are looking at is the holding rules. So it is like mixture of akshara, sanyukta akshara. Whenever you have a dirgham followed by sanyukta akshara, then you have after the dirgham, whatever is the first letter in the sanyukta akshara, you put a hold on this, on the first letter. So here we have some examples here. Pra is the sanyukta akshara. Pa with the ra sound, right? So if there is a dirgham followed by pra, then you put ip. So the dirgham, after dirgham, you say the p will be having the stress on it. So that's the hold or stress on the first letter of that mixture, Samyukta Akshara. So we have seen multiple examples of these Samyukta Aksharas whenever we were chanting. So we can, again, whenever we are chanting, I'll point it out and we'll try to catch those the holdings. 6 and 7 are almost the same. Okay. Hold letters in appropriate places. Dirgha vowel followed by slide. Okay. The number 8, Dirgha, but 8 and 9, usually it is in the Vedic chanting. So when you're chanting Rudra, in Rudra script, you see these two. So we won't discuss these two here. Okay. If you want, we can go through it. If you have a Dirgha vowel followed by another vowel, then we pause a little bit, a slight pause. So here in this example, it's called Namaste Astu Bhagavan Vishveshwaraya. So Namaste is a dirgham followed by a vowel is called Astu. Then it is Namaste, a small pause, and you say Astu. It's not Namaste Astu. Namaste Astu. You pause it a little bit. So that's that rule there. And the lower swaras, we didn't learn about swaras, so I'm not going to talk about rule number 9. The swaras will be when we are doing suktam. Any of the suktas when we learn. At one point, we are thinking of teaching Sri Suktam. When we do that, we first learn the swaras and then we can look at this rule again. Okay. So any questions, any doubts, or you want me to repeat any of the rules?
I would just make a comment, if I may.
Please, Tanji, go ahead.
A couple things. Sanskrit emerged from the human nervous system. That's one thing. And pronunciation is just so important. I need to take my time and study this very carefully because the results are much more powerful when you chant correctly. So it's really, and also, the mantra, the word represents the mother. So when you chant, you literally bring her in front of you in a sense, or you're coming to her, but it's there, So, you can't see God, but God has given you His name to put it another way. And I'll just relate a quick story. The sage Ashtavakra was born with his limbs twisted in 8 places because he corrected his father, sage Kahoda, for mispronouncing Vedic mantras while still in the womb. Enraged by the unborn child's audacity, Kahoda cursed him to be born deformed, leading to his name, which means 8 bends. So I thought I'd share that.
Thank you, Tanji.
Mm.
Very well said. Yeah, mantra, it generates the energy around you, and you want to pronounce it correctly so that that energy is the proper energy and you're not asking for the wrong thing. So if you miss the come or you don't pronounce the way it is, your the meaning completely can change. So we need to pay attention to how we are pronouncing this whole thing with correct mahapranas, correct dirghams, raswams, all these
Yeah,
rules that we just talked about. That's why I keep like pointing it out in every shloka that we are chanting. I try to bring up like what needs to be pronounced correctly and what should not be skipped, the dirghams, raswams, and all that. Yeah.
Sridevi, let me come
Namaste,
inside.
Guruji.
Namaste, ma. He was telling some sage story. Yes, we do remember those kind of things. You have to understand one thing. Each and every god has their own frequency. That frequency is nothing but their bijakshara mantras. When the particular bijakshara mantras continuously recited, the mandala of the particular deity, it will get created. For Saraswati, some Saraswati, Aim, that bijakshara, Dum Durgayai, Dum is the bijakshara for her, Dum is for Dumavati, Gam for Ganapati. So each and every deities and 33 crores devatas we are telling, so each and every devatas, they are having their own frequency. As per the mantra sastra, you have to recite that particular frequency properly, then your mind vibrations will reach to that particular deity mandala. This is purely mantra sastra. When you are seeing God as a science, this is true. But when you are seeing God, nothing but yourself, because you are the particle of the God. You are nothing but God. Aham Brahmasmi. So in that case, what I am telling you, the feelings what you are having towards your mother is very, very important. For example, there is a word called Amma. Amma means mother. Don, where are you from?
I'm from South Florida.
How you are calling your mom?
Mother.
Mother you are calling. We are
Yeah,
calling
yeah.
Amma. So
Yeah, I know.
we are in the same languages. We will call mother as Amma, Yamma, Ma. Different tones are there. Different words are there to call her. Same Amma, that word. Here, the feelings of the child is very important towards the mother. How you are aiming the mother and calling her in any word. Using any word you can call her, not a problem. She will understand. Or for example, the child is not having any language to call a mother. Is it having anything? The children, when they are getting birth, are they having any languages to call the mother? It's crying. That crying mother is able to understand the feeling of the child. So the need of the child will be fulfilled by the deity, the mother. So in that way, if you are going to see the spirituality as a science, what you are telling is correct. Yes, 100% pakka I have to recite. But in that case, who is going to certify that you are telling correct, I am telling correct the mantra? Where is the yardstick? Who is the certificating authority here? No one is here. Because whenever you are trying to explain about the God, You have to understand that you have not seen the God. If you have seen the God, there is no need of interpretation. When somebody is interpreting how gods will look like, that means they have not seen them. If you have once seen the God, the elephant is elephant only. There is no need of telling that the elephant will look like a pillar, the elephant will look like a rubber dupe. Like that, you need not tell. So, in the entirety, you have to see how the universe is getting created. That is the concept of Sri Vidya we are telling. The Brahmanda Purana teaches how the universe is getting created. So, if you are going to raise your chest that I know all the things, I am having a mantra in my hands, then the mantra will react negatively also towards you. The Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to tell how you have to approach a mother. You cannot raise your chest before the mother. There is a different bhavas. You can love the God.
Yeah.
You can treat the God as your friend. You can treat the God as your lover. But here, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is telling, it is always better to treat the God as your mother, because your mistakes will be forgiven casually. Because one or other way, the mother will understand what you are thinking in your mind. That is because mother you cannot put into any definition. Have you seen anywhere a mother equal to this? Nowhere you can see the definition of a mother. It is a direct representation of the Sri Mata. Each and every mother in this world. Because in the Sapatasati in 13 Adhyaya, it is clearly told each and every woman in this world is nothing but Durga. So the entire universe is stored inside a woman. If woman is not there, there is no universe at all. So the femininity is very, very important here. So ultimately, your feelings, your thirst, if you are having a thirst, if somebody is putting you inside a water, what you will think? You will think nothing but a single breath you have to take when you are coming out from the water. Like that, you should have the thirst towards the mother. In that case, nothing will be seen by the mother. Whether you are pronouncing correctly or not, nothing will be there. I'm not totally ignoring what you are studying, but the feelings, how you are having towards the Almighty, that will decide how quickly you will reach the deity. Simply by reciting mantra perfectly, because so many persons are standing before the Vigraha and reciting so many parayanas daily. Have they realized? No, they have not realized.
Because there's no bhava.
There is no bhava. The bhava is ultimate.
Yeah, that's right.
You cannot act smartly, you cannot act before the mother. There should be a real urge should be there from you. When it is coming from you, obviously you will be very much close to her. You can sit on her lap. She will always be there. There is no need of doing any puja after that. That way we have to understand. So, what I'm telling, there is no need of get afraid of seeing those kind of Puranas. India is having so many stories here and there. The highest children, which story is having? Mahabharata, Ramayana is having so many childrens. So many inbuilt stories are there. Each and every guru, whatever they like, they will add like a story. It will become part and parcel of Mahabharata and Ramayana. So when the time passes, the Ramayana and Mahabharata also has grown like anything. So you need not bother up to so many stories about here. just have the bhava towards the mother. It is between you and your mother only. There is no need of how other peoples will think how I am pronouncing. The mother herself will come and correct you. She knows whether you need not call her properly by the words. Just you try. The trying sound is the mantra. The mother will understand. If she is not having that feeling towards the creation, what she has done here, you won't see rain. You won't see sun next day. See, when we are reciting Sandhya Vandana, Gayatri Mantra, when we are reciting, what it is telling, when we are giving the Arghya, telling the Gayatri Mantra, 3 times we will give early morning. That mantra will activate like a Vajrayuta. It's a powerful weapon of the Yantra. Like that, it will activate and it will ensure that the sun is getting protected. Because seeing what these peoples are doing in the political peoples now, how things are going in world, seeing that the next day sun is not, I won't come to this world like that. If sun is telling, what will happen? The mercy of the deity is not like that. The mercy is flowing continuously. We are having so many thoughts in our mind. Per second, we are having 40 cycles of thoughts. Because of that, we are not able to receive the cosmic energy. The God is always flowing on us. So, here the takeaway is we have to understand Bhava is very important towards the mother. That is the easiest way. In whatever way you are reciting, because the aksharas, because each and every person is unique, their voice is unique. You cannot imitate others. So, you follow the grammar, that is enough. At that same time, the bhava should be developed. That will help you to quickly reach the Almighty. That is the takeaway here we have to take. Okay, fine, sir. Proceed. Proceed, Master Devi.
Guruji, one quick question. Nyasas, are they, how can you say how important or how, because you're saying the Vava is more important than the actual pronunciation.
Yes,
How are
that
the
is the
Nyasas?
bhava. Bhava is I am feeling that I am the God. I have come out from the Almighty. I am the Purushottama. See, can you call yourself as a male? But I won't see you as a male. I am not a male. You are not a male here. You are also Shakti Rupa. I am also Shakti Rupa. The whatever things moves in this world, it is called Shakti. You are having energy. Because of that, you are speaking, you are doing something. So you are not a male. You are a female. But a female is not a female. She is also a male. How it is possible? The science of the creation, what it is, this is the dynamic energy. The body is the dynamic energy. It is a reflective nature. Okay. It's a Vimarsa Pranava. Whatever you are seeing before your eyes, it is called a Vimarsa Pranava. So, whatever you are seeing in this world is called nothing but a Shakti. The only one thing is a male is Purushottama, Purusharupa. That is the soul. So,
Okay.
each and every person is having a soul. So, a female also male. A male also a female here. This concept we have to understand only for the Srishti, only for the creation. That differentiation we are seeing male and female differentiation. That is only for creation. If people are able to understand these words, what I have told just now, there won't be any quarrel in this world. The husband and the wife will be very much anyonya bhava, they will maintain in their life. The God has told us to create the next generation. For that purpose, I am a male, you are a female. I am the female, you are a male. We are doing the God's work here. So living the life is nothing but doing spirituality. You need not recite mantra. You need not do Sapatasati Parayana. Live your life properly. That is spirituality. That is the work of the deity. That is the dharma we have to follow here. So what is your question? Nyasa you are talking about. So when you are talking about nyasa, it is concerned with the body. Because your body is storing some energy. That is what I told Shakti Rupa. Because each and every body, based on the activities, what it has done, it will, because many chakras are there in the bodies. Those chakras, subtle chakras, we will tell. For most of the people, so those chakras won't get activated. Because of that reason, when you are reciting the mantras, the spiritual energy, what you are creating, it won't get stored in your aura. Because we are having some Sukshma Deva, Deha also we are having. This is called Sthola Deha. After that, a Sukshma Deha is there. So we can call it as a aura. So most of the time, if you refer the Buddha in his life, when the Buddha is entering inside a room, the entire room, whoever is talking, whoever is looking here and there, everybody will become very calm. Because his aura will be having that much energy, positive energy it will be having. So immediately everybody will have the peacefulness in their mind and they will become calm. To store that energy, you should activate those type of subtle chakras. That is called nyasas. Nyasas will ensure that what you are practicing in spirituality, that should be present inside you, because otherwise it will get wasted.
Okay.
If the pot is having a hole, obviously the energy will go out. So for that purpose, we are invoking different type of Shakti Rupas inside the chakras. So most of these the mantras what we are reciting for this things are aksharas. 51 aksharas we are using. Because entire mantra sastra is based on 51 aksharas only. Sabda Brahma we are telling. From the Sabda only Brahma has evolved.
Okay.
That is why it is called Matruka Aksharas. Matruka means it is a creating Aksharas. Matruka means there is a mother concept, na? So from the Aksharas only the entire universe has come out. Through the Panchadasakshari mantra in the Sri Vidya concept, the entire universe got created. So the Panchadasakshari mantra is the software for the machine Sri Chakra. When you are applying the Panchadasakshari mantra on the Sri Yantra, whatever you are having in your mind, that idea will be converted into physical things. Your own world will get created using the Panchadasakshari mantra. That what mantra will do. The frequency of the Bijakshara is very, very important. Based on the frequency only, the particular thing you can create. If you recite a Gam Bijakshara, Ganapati will appear. If you recite Aim Bijakshara, Saraswati has to appear. But Om is not suitable for all the people. Some people are reciting Om meditation they are doing. It is not suitable for all the people. Because it will lose you will lose your focus because of the Om Bijakshara mantra. Because it will open your brain totally towards the entire consciousness will get opened. The unlimited consciousness will enter inside you. So obviously you will go into the depression state. You will hate the presence of in this world, in this world. So you will get detached from the Laukika life. So those who are having more maturity only, they should go towards the Om Bijakshara and Maha Shodashi mantra, those kind of mantras we are dealing. Still, when you are having some urge towards the kamyas, you have to restrict yourself with somewhat lower mantras only. So to whatever you are reciting, the spiritual energy should not get wasted. So for that purpose, Nyasa will help you, and it will make your Deha as a shining element. You will be carrying that energy wherever you are going. Navagrahas won't do anything on you at that time. There is no role of Navagrahas at that time. You need not see your horoscope, kundali, all those things. Because this energy would have erased all the karmas stored in the 6 base chakras.
Okay.
That is why most of the pujas of the women deities, female deities, whatever you are worshipping, in the night session we are doing Navaratri, like that we are doing now. So most of the female deities worship will be happening during the night, because night is very, very important, because slowly the kundalini will get raised, and around 2 o'clock the energy will be revolving in your pineal gland. After pineal gland, it will come to the Agnya chakra, because we are dying every day. We are dying. After the death only we are getting up in the early morning. The early morning Brahma Muhurta time is the reinstation of things are happening inside you. The reinstallation of your soul. You are getting awakened, because every day in the night the Kali will come and hug us. When the Kali is coming and hugging us, she will cut our head. When she is cutting our head, the Agnya Chakra only will be there. That is why if you see the weapon of the Kali, that sword, something the curved sword she will be having, na? In that sword there will be a small eye will be there. You can see the eye.
Hmm.
That eye is denoting your Agnya Chakra. So the pineal gland is functioning during that time. So whatever karma you have done that particular day, it will be transferred to the main frame. So after analyzing something in the main frame, the result will be stored inside you again. After that, the next day life will start for you. So every day, the data from your brain, it will be transferred to the mainframe. When you are awake, it is not possible. So you will be killed every day. The ego will be removed. I, that word will be removed from you every day. After that, early morning Brahma Muhurta time, the I will be restored again. This is the science. This is what it is happening. That is why in the Brahma Muhurta time is very, very important, we are telling. So during the Brahma Muhurta time, when you are getting up, just to face your face, wash your face, hands, legs, and immediately lit a lamp, just to worship Lord Narayana. Small mantras of 5 minutes japa, something. Early morning, you need not take bath, you need not
Hmm.
eat anything. Just to do pancha suddhi, face, both hands, both legs, wash it, and sit, lit a lamp, and just to pray something early morning, because the Purushottama, the soul is getting reinstated early morning. That time, the Brahma will be crossing you. Every day, he will be crossing and he will be blessing you. Yes, this day is given to you. Do something good for yourself. Prove yourself that you are the son of the Almighty. That is the word, everything is told to you. But we are taking things granted. We will totally ignore the Brahma Muhurta. But we people will get up only around 7 o'clock. Na?
Right.
So no, there is no need of lighting lights, all those things. So try to getting up around 4 o'clock, 4:30 something. You will see the difference in your life. Okay, sir. Proceed. Have you got your answer?
Yes, Guruji. Thank you.
Fine, sir. Proceed. Kasturi, proceed, ma.
Sure, let me just put on my glasses. ॐ अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दास्योऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व परमेश्वरी आह्वानं न जानामि विसर्जनं पूजां चैव न जानामि क्षम्यतां परमेश्वरी मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं सुरेश्वरी यत्पूजितं मया देवी परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे अपराधशतं कृत्वा जगदम्बेति चोचरेत् यां गतिं समवाप्नोति न तां ब्रह्मादयः सुराः.
Bharat, it is a paripurnam, not paripuranam. Paripurnam.
Also, Bharatji, we only do the first three. We didn't learn all of it.
Oh, sorry, fine.
Yeah.
Paripurnam. Sorry, which one? Guru, which was the Paripurnam?
You told Paripuranam. It is a Paripurnam.